Hey everybody, I'm here with Ryan from Black Ops Machine. We are doing the Jagged X Summer Tour here in Phoenix, Arizona, checking out his facility. Let's go look at that inside. All right, Ryan, so inside Black Ops, we're gonna check out your warehouse facility and stuff like that, but tell us a little bit about Black Ops and kind of what you have going on in your showroom.
Okay, yeah, we started about 3.5 years ago. We wanted to make UTV experience a little less expensive for people, a little more budget friendly. We do a little bit to encompass the whole car, so radius rods all the way to steering wheels, a little bit of everything.
So hard parts, comfort parts. Obviously in your showroom you have, just quick off the bat, radius rods, sway bar links, steering wheels, some of the Mav R front end components to make it stronger. I see wheels, beadlock wheels, wheel spacers. For us, we do a ton of your ball joints. I think last time I looked on our website, the Pro R lower ball joint, Turbo R lower ball joint is our #2 seller on our entire website, which is pretty awesome. And that's this guy right here, which is they have a pretty cool cutout of it that you can kind of see how all the internals work and all the adjustments it has. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, you got harnesses, a ton of swag. So not just soft parts or hard parts, but a little bit of everything, whatever you feel fits best, and or the need that is an upgrade over an OEM upgrade kind of a deal. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said on the ball joints, that was one of our first things, kind of the staple of our company. Kind of went through a few different designs and got this one down, changed some of the materials and dialed it in. So yeah, anything we can make better. You know?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely dialed in for sure, because one thing I always tell people when they call me and ask about what ball joints to get is I've sold a ton of the Black Ops ball joints and they have a lifetime warranty, and I honestly don't think I've ever had to use it. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a customer call me up with an issue and had to replace a ball joint under the lifetime warranty. Yeah. So that's a pretty sweet thing to say, especially because we've sold hundreds, if not thousands of them at this point, because I think you guys were, as far as vendors, for me, the first ball joint or the second ball joint, but like a day after another manufacturer. Like you guys have been doing this since you knew it was an issue in those Pro Rs kind of right off the bat.
Yeah. So I can tell you I had them 2 weeks before anybody else. So okay. I remember it specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it was a race to find some kind of fix because it was such a major issue, as you know. But yeah, we got it dialed in, got it in, and we've sold thousands of them, and I've had to warranty a handful, like literally a handful.
Nice.
And some people have completely totaled their car, and I'm like, we'll just swap it out. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Yeah, very cool. It's a great product, and like I said, we've been happy with it. It works really, really well. And one of the cool things about having you as a local vendor to us is, you know, you guys have done a lot of test fitting for us. We've sent you cars to test fit new products and stuff on, which we'll talk about when we get into the back. But it's an easy conversation if we're doing something and we think there can be something better. You know, for example, I want to say a regular razor ball joint on an HCR suspension kit. The top cap was kind of weird. We had some problems. We called you and you were literally already working on a solution to it because you knew it was there. You needed like a slimline cap. I don't know if that's exactly what you call it, but it's nice to have a local company that we can deal with and explain a problem to you. And you guys are, like I said, in that case, you were already on it and working on a fix. But it's kind of cool to see the innovation in that, just to making sure that the products worked on a wider range of stuff. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, we want to make it work for everybody's setup. You know?
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Cool. So yeah, if you guys are here in Phoenix, they are a retail store, so you can walk in and you can see all the cool stuff. You can obviously put your hands on all their products, but they'll also sell you the stuff too. So we obviously we're only a couple miles away, so we can get everything they sell. They're a great vendor for us, and we sell a lot of their products, but there might be something that we don't have in stock because it's not a vehicle that we sell a ton of products for, and you need it today or you need it quicker, just come in and see these guys, and Ian and Ryan will get you taken care of for sure. So I think that's pretty much everything in the showroom. We'll kind of show you guys around the video on that. When we get out into the back, we're going to show you kind of their storage facility and some cool products that they've been working on some cars out here. And we're going to talk to Ian when we go through that stuff. All right, guys, this is Ian. Ian is the guy at Black Ops. So if you call, you're talking to Ian. If you email, you're talking to Ian. if you buy something, he's shipping it. If you walk in the door, you're gonna talk to Ian. He's the expert with product, but also he's the guy that gets everything done. So he's the guy that's gonna give us a tour of the shop. Yes, they got a really cool Turbo R here, and we're gonna show you that, but we're gonna walk around a little bit first. So,
absolutely.
Talk to us a little bit about just the area. Well, okay, first of all, what's with the heavy bag? Is it just a frustration bag?
Yeah,
or?
when you're dealing with guys calling all day and you need a couple little 1, 2, you know, it's there for you. But no, the shop back here is pretty much where I am spending a lot of my time, as well as one of our guys, Chaz, over there, which I'll introduce you in a sec. But Eric explained it best. I do a little bit of everything here. So I'm talking to people on the phones, responding to emails, people that are walking in. But I'm also back here lending a helping hand. We're really busy these days, which is awesome. But part of that is also having more than one person back here putting stuff away or getting orders out.
Cool. One thing I see in your, I'm gonna call it a packing area because I don't have a better name for it, is this really cool, I'm gonna call it a vacuum packing machine, and all the products we get from you come packaged really nicely and protected really nicely, but I've actually never seen the packing machine work. Let's check out the rest. So basically it looks like you're just kind of prepping your shipping area with pre-made boxes, and I will say again, they're packing, so everything that they always send to us, even we're like 2 miles up the street, is like literally this, I don't know, is this fabric tape? Is that what that's called?
Yeah,
or like reinforced
the
tape?
water activated tape or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, when it's not wet, it's not sticky, but yeah, second it goes through our little dispenser, slap it all on, has some little branding on each box.
Yeah, it's really nice because they're shipping a lot of heavy stuff. So everything that they send to us, it comes to us perfect, just a couple miles away, but if it's gotta come across the country, it's still gonna be in great shape when it gets to you because they do take a lot of care in their packaging, and it's really cool to see how organized it is, and how, I gotta admit, I'm a little jealous because I'm more of a, what random box do I have to fit something in? You guys literally have boxes for everything already predetermined, which is really cool. I appreciate that organization. Of course. I like it.
Of course. It's definitely a big process that we've dialed in within the last couple of years too. You know, when I first got here, it was a little bit all over the place. We were trying to figure things out as we went. But now that not only do we have Chaz here back on packaging, helping out full time, but just, yes, the methodical aspect of having certain boxes for certain products, all down to, you know, the dimensions of how we cut each one of our cardboard vacuum seal part, knowing that it has a box that correlates with it, helps the shipping process be a lot faster, which is a big thing in today's age, especially with Amazon and FBA and having the ability to get something in 12 hours if you order it. We try to keep up with those same standards, and if you get the order in before 2 p.m. Arizona time, we'll usually get it shipped out at the same time. And in the same sense for Eric, you know, he's a couple miles up the road. If he has an order or has a build that he has to get together right away, give us a call. We usually have it in stock and we can help him out.
Yeah, I think there's been several times where I've come here multiple times in one day getting certain things to help out customers, to finish builds, whatever it is. I know I've talked about it in a lot of these shop tours or these summer tours. We're lucky that Arizona is kind of a hot spot for UTV stuff, and us in North Phoenix, there's a lot of us right here. So we're very fortunate to be able to run the different manufacturers and stuff like that and get product for customers that same day. And the same thing, if you order something from our website and I don't have it, I will run up here, grab it, or I'll send them an email and they'll ship it from here directly to you. So it's just, we're just trying to get the customer taken care of as fast as possible, and it's cool to have a partner, you know, on the same page, and we all, you know, make sure our customers are taken care of, and they make sure my customers are taken care of as well. One thing I do see out of the corner of my eye over here are these wheel spacers, and that's one thing I want to touch base on.
Yes.
So these look like a 4-156.
That's actually, our adapter.
Oh, okay.
We made these when the new Pro Rs came out because a lot of guys either had sand paddle setups from their old razors, or, you know, just found a good deal on some 4-lug razor wheels, but have the new Pro R or Turbo R configuration. So
this will bolt on to your 5-lug car and allow you to put a 4-lug wheel, a 4-156 wheel on this. But one thing, you know, this looks a lot like your spacer.
Sure.
One thing that we love and a lot of your customers love is the fact that your spacers are black. So it's kind of a cool thing. It just kind of hides them a little bit. It's just a cleaner look than a raw aluminum spacer. So again, as we talked about, your ball joints being one of our #1 sellers on our entire website. The wheel spacers are not far behind, and I know there's a lot of competition in the wheel spacer game.
Sure.
But I think the black is it anodized?
Yeah.
The black anodizing from yours kind of sets it apart and makes people kind of want that option. So
definitely.
Another, like I said, another great product that we sell. Never had a problem with the wheel spacer. And
no,
I mean,
yeah, and that's the thing. There's a lot of opinions around the wheel spacer category or industry, and however you feel about them, we can't seem to keep them on the shelves. So that's just something that we like to provide for our customers. If it's something that they need to either make a bigger tire setup work out because of clearance issues or just want a wider stance, we definitely offer that. You know, we've got inch and a half, which are kind of that sweet spot that's not too big and going to compromise anything, but it's also just enough to get the look or the functionality that you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're a desert racer, you should not be running wheel spacers.
Right.
If you're a cabin cruiser and you have a car like an Expedition or a
Sure.
64-inch Maverick car, a 1-inch wheel spacer, if you keep it maintained, and what I mean by that is keep it torqued down and everything properly, there's no problem with that.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
perfectly fine. The offset wheels and wheel spacers kind of function the same way. So
Exactly.
it's all cool stuff. All right, well, we came across the first car here. This is an X3, so just give us a quick rundown of the products that you guys have, and I'm assuming everything that you guys have on this car, probably all the cars that we see here, is available right now, but if it's not,
Correct.
just let us know that it will be available in the future so people can kind of keep their eye out for it.
Absolutely. So the X3, this is kind of our own shop car. This is Ryan's personal vehicle that has then became the kind of R&D, tester vehicle for everything new that we have for the Can-Am. So whether it's ball joints, we've got knuckles, we've got wheels, front shock tower brackets, I mean, you name it, we make it for the X3, it's on here. So really good test of not only the products, but it's awesome to take it out and be able to rip on it and know that it's equipped with everything that we have.
Yeah.
And it's tried and tested.
I see the wheels. Obviously, it's got the ball joints, shock tower brace up here.
Yep.
Ooh, that's like a cool custom color one too.
Yeah, we actually paint matched that to the roof with the powder coat and having some
Yeah, it's got like, you're probably
red
not gonna be able to see
metallic
it.
flake.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to see it in the video really well, but it's a red metallic, which is cool. Oh, I'm sorry, this reminds me. At the end of the video, we're gonna show you Mav R guys, something that's really cool that they're working on too. So make sure you tune in for that. We'll kind of catch that at the end of the loop of the facility here. So
yeah, so we kind of come around here, you can maybe see, I know it's a little bit darker, a lot of our suspension components are tucked away, but we've got our ball joints in there, which I know we mentioned it in the front office as well, but kind of those tight clearance top caps to work with aftermarket arms. Got that set up on here. We just did some testing with this, actually, I think it was a week ago, so I haven't had the chance to wash it or whatnot, but we were beating on this and getting some new media. Kind of on the inside of the car as well, which hopefully it's not too dark in here. We've got our steering wheel set up, which has our quick release as well. We do something a little bit different than most quick releases because we do a lock style or key lock style, which if I can show you on this side, pops off like normal with these two paddles, but it's not a ball bearing style quick release that most people know. Goes on one way, it's got a pin style that locks it in and just gets it a much more secure hold on the steering column, but also resists from sand, dirt, mud, and other things getting in there and jamming up the ball bearings that most people have problems with.
very cool. So we got that. Looks like a shift knob, grab handle.
Yep.
I don't think you guys do seats, but he's got his logo in the seat.
We don't do seats, but yes.
It has harnesses.
Harnesses on there, ours.
And you guys will see these throughout. If you guys have ever placed an order with Black Ops, they are the swag kings. So you're gonna get koozies, you're gonna get stickers, you're gonna get keychains, you're gonna get face masks.
Everything.
Yeah, they do. They hook it up in the swag department at all times. So
Whole 9
that's
yards.
just some of the cool stuff that they have there.
On the back side here, this has been a real hot item lately, and it's super dirty. Probably should have wiped these off a little bit more, but
It's all right. That means you're using it and you're testing it.
putting it to the test. These are our 72-inch radius rods. They are, of course, anodized in black. That's kind of our theme there. Edges are chamfered. We've got our pull plate here as well, and those things have been a super hot item. We can't seem to keep them in stock, but we gotta keep up with that as well.
Yeah.
We have that for a lot of different cars, which is actually kind of going on to our next car.
Yeah, let's go check out this looks like a turbo car, or XP1000.
Yeah,
Kind of
yep.
this 2014 to 2023 model car
Exactly.
that you guys might have at home because they've Polaris probably sold 4
I was
billion
about
of
to
them.
say, there's millions and millions of
If you
these
don't
out
have
there.
one now, you've probably owned one at one point in your life
Exactly.
if you're watching this video.
So we make a bunch of parts for this car. More specifically, we just started designing. So maybe by the time this video is kind of going out, we should have exact ETAs when we'll have these. But pull plates for these. We have the radius rods as well. We've had those for a little while.
So those are high clearance, which is nice.
Exactly.
For the rock guys, or actually really anybody. There's really, at this point, there's really no reason to not have high clearance radius rods. They don't hurt anything.
Exactly.
And it just gives you, the ability to get over some more stuff.
And they look awesome too. I mean, nothing against the straight rods. They look amazing. But when you add just a little bit of that curve and arch on these, I think it gives a little bit more of an aggressive styling to it, which I definitely like.
Absolutely.
We've got the wheels on these as well. Just another car with those beadlock wheels. Been loving those. Corey, who's the owner of this car, he is a big rock crawler. He actually has a super crazy built out 4Runner that he does a lot of like really technical trails with, but that type of driving also floods over into his UTV as well. I know he's on one of these, scraped them all up, climbing on rocks and whatnot, but haven't had a bead pop off or anything, and really seems to rave about them, which is awesome.
Yeah. And then looks like we just have, this looks like all wheel storage here.
Yeah.
So you're loaded up. If you're looking for wheels, they got you covered. A bunch of different bolt patterns and stuff. Looks like all 15x7s. What do you guys have? 15x7 in, I'm guessing 4-137, 4-156 bolt patterns on those?
And we actually have the new Mav R as well. So we have the 6 lug
also.
Should have 5 lug Razor pretty much, or sorry, 5 lug like for the Pro R and the new Expeditions and whatnot. Should have that as soon as possible. But yeah, as you can kind of see, we're really stuffing this place out. The goal is to eventually potentially expand into a new location altogether, or we may, because we actually own the other side as well at this location, we may extend into that and just have some more storage, because something, like I mentioned a couple other times, we really pride ourselves on having our inventory in.
Yeah, I'm impressed on
how
organized it is, and
like it's all here.
I can see why you can get orders out so quick, because you're not searching for anything. You get an order, you know exactly where to go. It's already packed, and you send it all out.
Yeah.
Looks like we got wheel spacers, you got crates of stuff, so it's cool to see. It's cool to see all the product, and you guys know sometimes it's a battle with any vendor or any product. I mean, if you're out of stock on stuff, you're losing sales. So you guys are obviously investing in having product in stock to take care of all the customers, whether it's an X3 customer or a Pro R customer. I don't think I've ever called you guys looking for something that you didn't have, which is cool. So. All right, let's talk about this Turbo R.
Yeah, so this Turbo R, we can talk about a couple things. This thing has a lot of new parts on there, which I know we were also talking about the Mav R ball joints, which I'll go over that as well. But of course, we've got our radius rods here. We've got our pull plate on this, which same as the XP1000. We should have that pull plate really soon in stock and ready to go for Pro R and Turbo R models. Other things we have new on this is we have these grills, both for the front and the rear. These right here, as well
inside
as
and outside.
Yeah, the little breather vents kind of back there. Easy install, but really I think make it look better in the back end at least, and give it a little bit of an aftermarket touch. We've got the rear links here for kind of the back end, but then on the front, some new products to talk about. In unison with those rear breather grills and whatnot, we have the main front grill on this Turbo R, which we're really excited about. Those should be here ready to go any day now. We will have those for a bunch of different models, so I'm really excited to see them bolted out and out in the wild. But we've got them here on this Turbo R. We also have our fender guards on this car, which we made for the inside of the fender well. I think we've all probably seen those horror videos of some guys running it through the mud or trail riding, sticks going up and either going through the whole entire fender wall or at least really banging it up and damaging those plastics. So we made a fully metal attachment, easily bolts on, super easy install, and just really makes that inside of the fender well rigid and bulletproof.
Nice. And again, it might be hard to see on the video, but I do see your guys' knuckles on this. So I don't want to speak out of turn here, and there might be somebody else, but I don't know of anybody else that's making a full front and rear knuckle for the Pro Series cars, so Pro Rs and Turbo Rs. And again, just like the Real Spacers, it's anodized black, so it's kind of a cool look.
Exactly.
We know some racers, obviously being in the racing world for so long, that are running these on their pre-runners and their race cars and stuff, and have had really, really good luck with them. So we've installed them on a couple cars and had great luck with them also. You know, the rear knuckles, they have that toe link bushing that is really, it seems to wear out prematurely, possibly from the factory on one side or the other. I don't know what causes it. Maybe the big tires, maybe aggressive driving. But the knuckles from the factory are really expensive, and they're just going to wear out again. So we've put the knuckles from Black Ops on a couple cars and had really good luck with them. So that's an option if you want something a little bit stronger, or if your bushings are worn out and you don't want to replace them with the same old stuff. You can upgrade with bushings pre-installed. Theirs are all ready to go, bolt on and good to go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's, you're exactly right. I think, you know, don't quote me on this, but I think we are the only company who makes the front knuckles, which we were a little hesitant on about doing because, you know, the main fix is the rear with that wallowage issue, which has been great. But the fronts, we were like, well, it might be nice just to do a full kit. A lot of the race guys, you know, when they're combing through everything, they just want to do front and rear. But something we didn't really think about is, you know, people who nosedive or crash their car, a lot of the time end up ripping off, you know, the whole assembly, whether it's their A-arms and, you know, lower shock mounts, whatever it may be. The knuckle a lot of times experiences some breakage too. So by upgrading to our build aluminum ones, we beefed up the material around the ball joint, we protected it a little bit, and then of course made it in build aluminum and painted it black. It looks sick as well. So we've
cool
got
option.
those front and rear on this car. It's been awesome. We've got them on a bunch of racers as well. I know the Matlocks are racing them, and they're really putting it to the test. So it's awesome to see that they not only look badass, and it's cool to see them here in our shop and whatnot, but they are tried and true on race cars as well.
Absolutely. And then I noticed the mirrors. That looks like this is the first time I've seen these.
Yes.
Looks like a really cool looking mirror option. So. Yeah,
those are also brand new. Something that we've been working on for a little while, trying to perfect the design. We've got the side mirrors as well as a rear view. We don't have it on this car just yet, but in the process of building this car out right now. So just got these side mirrors tapped in and screwed on. We will have the clamp version styles as well, which will be more for those who don't want to drill into their cage. So
yeah,
have a bunch of options.
So for those of you guys that want everything to match in your car, Black Ops is working towards that. So if you want, you know, their grill, then you're going to have to match with their intake guards and their mirrors and their sway bar links and just kind of everything, you know, matching together. You can, you know, come to us or come to them and get a full kit and outfit your whole car with all Black Ops stuff, which is a pretty cool option for sure.
Exactly.
Cool.
Kind of a last thing, I know we were talking about that Mav R ball joint.
Let's go check that out.
Highlight that out a little bit.
This is something that I just found out that they're coming out with. I just talked to them today about it, so I thought it was definitely worth talking about on the video. You guys know us, we definitely work on Mav Rs, but we don't consider ourselves Mav R experts. So that's why we lean on these guys that are the experts. So he's got this pretty cool new ball joint style. He's gonna explain to us why this is different than everything else and why you need it. Because if I'm not mistaken, that upper ball joint in the Mav R technically is the same ball joint in every car, right?
Yes.
Or it's the same as an X3 ball joint, right?
Exactly. So what they did, they actually flipped the configuration. So the lowers are uppers on the new Mav R and the uppers are lowers.
Oh, okay.
So it's not anything new. We have ball joints technically for the Mav R and could put them on right now. But something we wanted to do is, you know, the concern that everyone had when the new Mav R came out with those giant knuckle, you know, A-arm setup was, you know, how am I gonna fit the biggest tire possible on this car? And I believe, you know, stock and everything, you can fit 35s. I know there's some new knuckle developments coming up for guys to fit bigger wheels as well. But what we wanted to do is stay ahead of the curve, and the guys that wanna get the biggest tire possible, make the upper ball joint for the Mav R be a little skinnier up top, because as you know, with a OEM ball joint, it's just a flat surface that gets a C-clip. We have more of a secure style with a top nut, but what we did is we shrunk down the top part as well as made a smaller and slimmer top cap. So works just like all of our other ball joints. You press them in and then you'll slide this top cap back on. But with this kind of slimmer configuration, you can run the biggest tires possible.
So nothing sticks out underneath on the tire
Exactly.
side of that knuckle.
Exactly. There is a little bit of material built up on the factory arm as well, so it will kind of prevent any rocks or anything from chipping and affecting your ball joint as well.
Yeah, it's very cool, and it's got obviously fully rebuildable, just like anything Black Ops. Lifetime warranty, I'm assuming,
Of course,
like everything.
of course.
And it's greasable, which is cool. So this is, it sounds silly, it's a ball joint, but this is pretty exciting. I think this is some cool new technology that that's going to be needed here really soon. So
Absolutely.
I know this is like literally a prototype, but coming soon, right?
Yes, should be here very, very soon. I know we've been working on it for a long time, so I think any day now we could roll it out. We just want to really, a main thing when we release our new products is getting a Mav R out in the desert, really trying it, or not trying it, testing it, but getting good footage of the ball joints in action, which, when it's 110 degrees out here in Phoenix, a little hard, we're a little
difficult.
slow to drag our feet to get out in the desert and get some content, but when we do a post and have the full production out there of a new Mav R with our ball joints, you guys will definitely know about it.
Cool. That is one thing I'll say, and I learned this from King of the Hammers a couple years ago when those cars first came out. The slow-mo footage of Mav Rs going through whoops and stuff with that knuckle is
I
could watch it for a long time. It's pretty
changed
cool.
everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
I think everyone was skeptical on the arms. It looks like a bug. It's
Right.
different. It's unique. And then exactly that
see
first
it
King of
work.
the Hammers, you saw that thing nosedive and the suspension arms articulate, and it was everyone hooked.
It was pretty cool. Cool. Well, I appreciate you showing us around the shop.
Absolutely.
Thanks to Ryan for showing us the showroom. If there's stuff that you guys think that's needed, and we got a manufacturer here, put the comments in, send them a DM, send us a DM. We're always looking for new products to bring to market, especially stuff that's needed, that you're seeing, that you might need for your car that you can't find anywhere else. These guys are doing it all for the full range of vehicles, so hit us up, and we'll see if we can get something produced for you guys.
Absolutely.
I think that's all we got for you guys. Thanks for watching the Jagged X Summer Tour.